This is the Mavic 4 Pro, the best drone that money can buy in my opinion. And as promised in my previous Mavic 4 Pro video, here's my honest, unsponsored travel review. So I've been traveling back to Hawaii with the Mavic 4 Pro to see if this could be my next go-to travel drone. I mean, the size, weight, and a C2 label doesn't really make it the easiest drone to bring on a vacation. But I've been taking all my drones to Hawaii, so why not? And after a few hectic days in paradise, I have a lot to share. So this is my honest, unbiased, and unsponsored travel review of the Mavic 4 Pro and the RC Pro 2 remote. Over these past few days, me and my wife went on multiple hikes to test the capabilities of DJI's latest flagship, and if we could find any differences between the Mavic 4 Pro, Air 3S, and the Mini 4 Pro in terms of performance. Of course, the image quality on the Mavic 4 Pro is superior, but more on that later. During our stay, we hiked up mountains, ridgelines, and in the forest, basically to see the performance and stability in high winds and to test the improved safety system when tracking a subject. The Mavic 4 did an amazing job, much better than the Mini 4 Pro and slightly better than the Air 3S, which is mainly due to weight differences, which has a lot to say in windy conditions. Something else which also makes a difference is how fast or slow you fly. This shot here, for example, was captured at low speeds in high winds, and this one at a higher speed, also in high winds. But as for general tracking of a car, bike, or a person walking or hiking, the stability of the Mavic 4 is on a whole different level, and I'm really impressed with what I was able to capture using the different tracking options. Hawaii from late May to beginning of June, it's quite windy, and if you live in Hawaii, I'm sure you can relate. Though different parts of the island has different conditions, as the trade winds changes and you get winds from all directions and winds that can change within the hour. So it was windy. I also want to say, for the best vacation in Hawaii, if you ever plan on going, August through October is probably the best time to visit based on my experience and how many times I've been there. What I usually do to make footage smoother, especially for my cinematic shots like this one, is to capture the videos in 60 FPS. This adds a nice smooth cinematic vibe to the video and helps stabilizing the shots in the way it smoothens out the movement without adding additional stabilization in post. But of course, adding some extra stabilization in post will always make it smoother. The Mavic 4 Pro has its 3 cameras, a main Hasselblad Micro Four Thirds camera, a medium telephoto lens, and a 6x zoom lens, which represents 48, 50, and 100 megapixel photos. And as you may know by my previous videos, I'm not really a photo guy. I like to capture videos, and whenever I take photos, I want them to be as good as possible with minimal effort. Auto settings. So here's a few photos captured with all 3 cameras in less than 12 hours using auto settings. For videos, the Mavic 4 Pro is capable of capturing 6K videos up to 60 frames per second with its main Hasselblad camera, and this is what I've used the most. Changing from the main camera to either of the zoom lenses, the resolution drops from 6K to 4K, and for this, I also captured all my videos in 60 frames per second, and sometimes 120 frames per second when capturing some waves. What surprised me the most is that the quality differences between the lenses when captured in D-Log-M or D-Log and then color corrected and graded in post is minor and not as obvious as I thought. The videos I captured made me more or less speechless. The drone I have here is the Creator Combo, so it has 512 gigabytes of internal storage, and it also has the All-I 422 codec with a max bitrate up to 1200. Now, despite how amazing this sounds, I've not been able to find a compatible micro SD card that supports these files, and I'm not quite sure if it exists. So the problem I had, which was a huge con on this trip, especially when I ended up capturing 294 files in this format, is that the file sizes are huge. So 294 files, almost 800 gigabytes, whilst with my Mini 4 Pro, that would probably be around 100 gigabytes. So each evening I had to transfer all the files from the drone to my MacBook and then over to a separate SD card just to have a backup in case my old drive failed. And this took a lot of time. The differences between the H.265 and the H.264 All-I 422 codec is not that huge either, especially after compression on social media platforms. And even though I don't have enough samples right now, I can see myself using H.265 when traveling and next time without my MacBook. So in my honest opinion, you might actually be better off with the cheapest version of the Mavic 4 Pro. Included in the creator combo, we also have the RC Pro 2 remote, something I was eager to test out on all these hikes and in bright conditions, comparing it to the RC2 remote, which has been my favorite remote for a very long time. So first off, I can confirm what I said in my previous video. The RC2 is still my favorite travel remote, and I think the only thing that can replace this is the same controller but with a brighter screen. Traveling with the RC Pro 2 has been a fantastic experience, and it is the best controller that money can buy. However, it really depends on how you capture your videos. So if you're not doing anything like this, then the RC Pro 2 remote is the one you should get. It's amazing and has a brighter screen of 1600 nits sustainable brightness and 2000 nits peak brightness. The screen can also rotate to a vertical position, which was quite useful on this trip. Not only did the drone automatically switch to a vertical shooting mode, but the screen real estate is significantly larger than what I have on the RC2 controller, which made it easier to see. So is it a must? No. Was it useful? Yes. I also think the price is a bit too high on the RC Pro 2, and the flip-up rotational screen is simply not worth $650 more than the RC2 in my opinion. Will I continue using it? Definitely, probably more than the RC2 because I spend more time here at home than I do when I'm out traveling, so I keep all my stuff in my car anyway. But for traveling and doing stuff that I shared with you in this video, nothing can really replace the RC2 controller unless it's called the RC3. When it comes to features, I've been using almost all of them on this trip, and just for comparison, we did the exact same hike we did with the Mini 4 Pro some time ago, and here I also used waypoints. But unfortunately, I didn't save the waypoints from the Mini 4 Pro flight, so I had to recreate somewhat the same path. But you can clearly see the differences in quality here and how much better the Mavic 4 Pro is, which is to be expected, of course, given the size, price, and the spec differences. But it sure gives you an indication of what you get from the best mini drone and the best prosumer drone. A barrel roll, or the 360-degree infinite camera roll, which was added to the Mavic 4 Pro, is also a feature I've been using, but only 1 or 2 times. I think it's a bit gimmicky, and after testing it a few times now, it got boring quite fast. But hey, if you like it, well, this might be a thing for you. For me, it just doesn't fit my flying style. Let's talk about user experience. So, this is a big drone. It's massive compared to a popular travel drone like the Mini 2, Mini 3 and the Mini 4. Despite the size and weight of this, I've had an amazing time and it does everything I need, just better and faster. The only drawback is of course the size. I mean, it's massive, so I had to take my large backpack. But pulling it out, taking off, landing and putting it back, it wasn't much different than a smaller drone. It's just that it takes up more space in my backpack and the overall backpack weight is like 2 kilograms more with 4 extra batteries. Also, because it has those 3 lenses, I can capture a variety of different shots and angles without having to fly close, then far, then close again, and then maybe do a medium shot and so on. So those 3 lenses have actually made a huge difference in the way I capture travel videos. Whether it's worth the price or if you should go with the cheapest Mavic 4 Pro version is hard to say. The creator combo is the only way to go if you want the all-I 422 codec and the RC Pro 2 included, but it also comes with a steep price tag. But if you can afford it, I wouldn't hesitate. Also, what's your personal thoughts on the Mavic 4 Pro itself? Do you think it's worth it, or maybe the Air 3S is a better option? Let me know in the comments below. Links to everything is also down in the description for the convenience, and all clips captured with the different drones here have been color graded with my Signature LUTs, which you can also find down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoyed this travel review, and turn on notifications so you don't miss my upcoming travel video of the Insta360 X5, which might not be as good as you hoped. So, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.